is the host of the Dan Patrick Show that precedes this one on Audience every single day, and my friend since the mid-'90s. And Dan Patrick is kind enough to stop by here in his Los Angeles visit. DP, how
Always
are you?
good to stop by. Love seeing the boys there.
Good to see you, sir. This may be the most serious question I've ever asked you. I mean, I'm just coming right out of the gate. Brockman, ask Dan the poll question today here on the Rich Eisen Show app.
Really simple today, Dan. Are you a baller?
Are you a baller, Dan?
Yes.
Just no hesitation.
Wow.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
There was no stutter there.
No.
You're a baller? I mean, like from your Dayton days, or like since what can you pinpoint the day that you became a baller, Dan?
I think it was May 14th, 1973.
Okay.
Right around 72, 73.
Wow.
Right around
that's a specific calendar
Well, you
date.
asked for, a moment. And
What happened on that day?
I dunked.
That's your first day?
I dunked that day.
Do you remember who you dunked on?
No, it was, I was out on a playground by myself.
Oh.
And I remember dunking, and no one was there. So I went around the neighborhood to see if somebody would come over to watch me dunk. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of pathetic. like I'm knocking on Tom Barr's door or Zeke Campbell's door.
Yeah.
Would you come over to the playground? I just dunked. And they're like, what? Like, why would I go over there to watch you dunk? I just needed a witness. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, at that point, I thought if you could dunk, you were good. Mm-hmm. And I realized that was not the case.
No.
No.
Was it just a rregular dunk, two-handed?
It was a rub dunk, just a little, like you just kind of rubbed it over, but it was still dunking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there were witnesses.
Yeah, there were witnesses, and then that led to a life of knee surgeries. So
So you've paid for your balling.
Oh yeah,
you've paid.
Oh yeah, I got. They don't put anything in; they take everything out of that knee, so I don't have anything left in it.
Now, are we giving LeVar what he wants?
Yes.
Having this conversation right now.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is that, unless what?
Well, if he charges $150 for that shoe,
yeah,
I don't think that we're giving him as much publicity as he wants, because it's not outlandish. Mm-hmm. Now, you might say the kid hadn't even played a game in the pros and he's already got his shoe. Mm-hmm. They stole the logo from Ohio State.
Now, I saw that.
Yeah.
That the wide receiver coach was tweeting out, or somebody noticed that, I guess what he's doing with his I don't pay as much attention to the Ohio State wide receiving core.
Well,
as
Paulie pointed out on the show today, that Lonzo Ball credited with his first steal. To which I said, and also his first turnover since he just got caught. Yeah, it's that kind of witty repartee that you can find on the Dan Patrick Show. Audience channel 239.
9 to noon Eastern.
Yeah.
9 to noon Eastern on your radio and television dial.
Yeah.
So I don't even need to reset the fact that you're here, because you just kind of did that for me.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
See, that's next level.
Here all week long, and good time.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
What'd you do here while you were out here?
I played golf at LA Country Club.
Oh.
Yeah, very nice.
Now, that's the site of which U.S. Open? Is that going to be
that's like
2 years?
2022, something like that. The Walker Cup is going to be there, some event. But that's where you have the Playboy Mansion on the course, right off the course, not on the course.
Right.
So it abuts a green there on the back nine.
Great use of a butt, by the way.
Yes.
Great use of a butt.
Yes. The Aaron Spelling mansion that was sold to the Ecclestones. I think that Bernie Ecclestone of Formula One spent $86 million cash for his daughter to have a place to crash.
Now, is this like? Are you talking about Fight Club now? I mean, is that a problem that you mentioned that you went to LACC? No. I don't want to get you in trouble.
I mean, they're not asking me to join.
No.
I may not be invited back. My locker was 2 down from President Reagan's.
No kidding.
Yeah, President Reagan.
Wow.
I took a picture on my phone. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Come to think of it,
I'm going to come out.
You got any other questions there, Rich? Let me tell you about the time I went to Bel Air Country Club.
And Al.
Yeah.
Well, you probably did that with Al. Now, Al stopped by your set this week.
Al Michaels stopped by. Always great to see Al.
He's the greatest, man.
He's a treasure. He really is a treasure with what he's done, and he's still great. Still great at what he does. He's enthusiastic. He helped me. He saved me at the London Olympics.
How so?
Because it's so enormous. When you're going to host the Olympics, you're trying to remember everything about everybody in every country. Like I'm trying to figure out, who's the pole vaulter from Sri Lanka. You don't have to know all this. Mm-hmm. And Al goes, "What are you doing?" And he said, "You need to know 30 minutes of information. Like what is coming up, study for that, rhythmic gymnastics.
Right.
Study 30 minutes worth. Then it's 30 minutes after that, what are you studying for?" He said, "You can't do all of it. Do it in bite-sized portions." And the Olympics came into focus after that where it was just, wow, now I enjoyed it. And I had a lot of fun in London. Just because of that, he helped me relax. Because Bob makes it look so easy.
Yes.
It's not easy, but if you have a game plan, a formula, then you can not be overwhelmed by it.
Now, I heard when you were talking with Al, because I listen to you every day making my way to work here, he mentioned how Romo would have been his first-round draft choice if he had to choose someone to come from the field to the booth.
Yeah.
And I think Romo is going to be terrific, too. What do you think about one Jay Cutler, who's now joining the Fox booth? I mean, with Romo, at least, I've seen flashes of a personality that I think will work in a booth with Nance and be able to have a passion for the game as well as an energy for the game. I don't know about Jay.
But I'm more interested in hearing Cutler than I am Romo.
Why does that? Why do you say that?
Because I think Romo will make the transition. I think Tony will do a very good job.
Right.
I don't know what Jay Cutler's going to sound like doing a game. I don't know how excited he's going to be. It doesn't feel like he flatlines, like his EKG is not going to be,
Mm-hmm.
We got a problem.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's get somebody on and knows
There's a
something
governor
about
on the
sports.
set.
Wow.
Good to see you.
Let's get somebody
John
on.
Kasich just crashed the
Last
set.
time I
That's
talked
what can happen when you're the governor of
Last
Ohio.
time I talked to him, okay?
This is
I
incredible.
was making the case, Rich, and I know he's going to dispute it with his little anomalies here, that the NFL decided in the beginning that they were going to share revenue so that every town, regardless of the contract, would be competitive. So now we look at the standings in Major League Baseball, and where are the Pirates and the Reds? At the bottom. Why? They can afford one guy, Joey Votto, okay, one guy. And, yeah, Kansas City can win once. Where are they now? I mean, baseball is going to die in the small towns if we don't figure out a way to make them competitive against the big. Now, I agree, you had to build a good farm system, then maybe you can win. But this is a hard thing for small-town baseball.
Dan?
I didn't have any answers to it.
No, he
I
was
didn't have any
arguing with
answers
me.
the first time, and I don't have any answers
No,
this time.
he said that Kansas City won, blah, blah, blah.
But the fact that the Pirates have been competitive, that Kansas City won a World Series, revenue sharing at least helped them get to those spots.
Yeah, but it's disproportionate.
Of course
and look
it
at the
is.
Pirates now.
Okay, why not have a salary cap then?
Well, I'm for something that's going to allow the small towns to have a competition. You can't. Baseball's got enough trouble. I mean, they're trying to speed it up and do all these things. But, baseball was our national pastime. And if you come from a little city where your team, look at what happens to the attendance in these towns. Nobody goes because you want to have hope you can win like you can in the NFL.
What if you take these teams and put them in a high-risk pool, Governor? What do you think about that?
Well, it won't be funded if the Republicans have their way.
Boom!
Zing! Hey now.
So now, DP.
Yes.
We've got I've got two Ohio luminaries sitting on this set right here.
Were you born in Ohio?
Were you?
No, I was born in Pittsburgh.
See?
Okay.
He's got a little yinzer.
I was born in Ohio.
I'm now the governor, and you're where? I mean, you're in Connecticut or somewhere.
Did you just pull rank right here?
No. Dan, this is a studio. I mean, look
There's
at
a
this.
lot of people who've been governor of Ohio. There's only one me. When you think of it.
Big baller.
Like when he's
That's
gone,
why.
I'm still from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can we just spend a second here and talk about, I want to just spend a second, I do have this book, but I want to spend a second talking about the NBA.
Yes, John.
Okay, so
How many pictures did you take before?
For the
I
governor.
don't even know where they got that
You
from.
were talking about the cover, the picture
the cover
on
of
Do you see the back of it? Show the back of it. Let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
I'm in Annapolis, Maryland, And this dad brings his son to meet me behind. It's like, you know, like at a concert, they come backstage, you know. So this dad brings this kid, and he says he's a really great baseball player. I said, let me see your stance. So the kid gets into his stance, and I said, no, I think you got your hands a little too low. So get him up here, okay? How'd you like that? And then I said, okay, swing. So he swings. So this is all backstage. So I go out on the stage. There's I don't know, 1,000 people there or something, and I see this kid.
Yes.
I said, kid, come on up here. Show everybody here your batting stance and your swing. So he comes out, and he swings. The whole place goes crazy. I give him a high five, and somehow they put it on the back of the book. I don't really have any say about that. I wish they had another face on the front of the book. You know, I'm good for radio. I have a face for radio, you know. So anyway.
He looks a little bit
Dan.
like Chris Mortensen.
I like that. 67% Mort.
There you go.
There's a little bit of Chris Mortensen.
yeah.
Chris Mortensen.
Just before we go to the NBA, just one thing about the book. Look, everybody's fighting. I read yesterday in the paper that Republicans have decided not to watch ESPN, which makes Dan happy, but they're not watching ESPN. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They're not watching ESPN because they say it's too liberal. I mean, what? And I was thinking, well, they could watch bowling, but the problem is sometimes the ball will spin to the left.
It's a problem.
You know, so it's a problem.
Wow.
That's
so
right.
maybe the Golf Channel.
Do you believe that is why ESPN is actually struggling, that Republicans are not watching?
I just read this
ESPN.
thing yesterday.
I know, but to me,
I didn't know how they were doing. Are they really struggling?
No, it's cord cutters. It's millennials who aren't paying for it anymore. It's not.
Yeah, they're not on cable.
And I'm going to guess most of the young millennials are, liberal or Democrats, not Republicans. So it doesn't make any sense. You know, and then they said, oh, because of Caitlyn Jenner, that all the publicity she got. Caitlyn Jenner's a Republican. Bruce Jenner's a Republican.
Yeah, I don't.
So that doesn't make any sense.
But your point is completely
This
valid.
isn't political.
No, because it isn't about people turning the channel. It's about people cutting the cord, and thus they have fewer subscribers to ESPN. So it's less. It's, what is it, $7 a head or something like that?
I mean, my son's 25. He doesn't have ESPN. If he wants something, a highlight, he can pull it up.
On his phone.
It's really interesting.
He just doesn't want to have it.
You know, everything is changing. So, we're the constantly connected consumer now. So we just walk around and we know what's going on all the time.
Yep.
And we can shop the way we want. And I think the media, well, look at what you guys are doing. You have adjusted, you've adapted to to the listener. And, sports is so fantastic because we escape all this other nonsense and we can have fun listening and arguing about really innocent things and, supporting our team and all that stuff. Like you've got that helmet over there. I mean, what's the guy doing in Rome? I mean, what is Harbaugh doing in Rome? What does he think he's going to?
Well, what he's doing is he's connecting with culture, religion.
Yeah. Well, I'm all for that. But
did he have to go to Rome?
Yeah. Well, there's Rome, New York. He just went to Rome, Italy.
But he did it. He created a buzz. They stay in the news, and that's what he wants to do. Everything with him comes down to you better beat Ohio State, or none of this matters.
Well, I do want to talk about that. I just need to take a quick break right here. I'm with Dan Patrick of the Dan Patrick Show, as well as the author of Two Paths: America Divided or United, the set-crashing governor of the state of Ohio, John Kasich. We'd love having you here on the Rich Eisen Show. Back with more in a moment. The governor of Ohio, and Dan Patrick here. Now, Governor, if you wouldn't mind indulging us right here. The last time Dan was together with all of us,
yes.
Chris Brockman. This was in the Super Bowl, right?
Super Bowl day one.
Okay, this happened. Go take a look. I'm seeing your shirt up close and personal. You do know it reads Paisley on television. Have you been told that?
I think it reads sexy on TV. Is what it reads.
I do. It's an aggressive choice for the Super Bowl to come out of the gate that way.
Yeah, it is. I made a statement. You make a statement early, and the problem was people thought that it was my wife's, and it is not.
It's very.
It could be. It could be, but it's
it
not.
might be.
It's not.
It could be.
It is. It's gone.
I think it's a great shirt, Dan,
Thank
if
you.
that means
and that's
anything.
where I thought, now I know I made a fashion mistake when I heard this.
There you go.
I like it.
They do, yeah. Now, you gave that shirt off your back to Chris, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Brockman, would you like to present Dan with his birthday gift?
Dan,
that's coming up?
I know it's your birthday next week, so I wanted to get you something. It's,
Didn't think you'd be presenting this to Dan in front of John Kasich, the governor of Ohio. Did you?
Great to meet you. Big
Nice
fan.
to see you.
Do you want me
Thank
to
you.
open
Go ahead.
this up?
Please
you
open
can
it.
open it right
Open it
now,
up
please.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
This comes from the heart, Dan.
It's a beautiful package. You need to admire the package.
I've been told that before.
It's out of season.
It's got snowmen on it.
It is not LeVar Ball big baller shoes.
Not big baller shoes.
No.
All right.
Because those are not coming out till. There you go. There it is.
Wait.
It's a fully dry cleaned shirt of yours.
Wait, I gave it to you.
No, I was giving it back to you.
Oh, you don't want it?
No, it's great. It's a great shirt. I thought you might want it back.
No, this is now.
Could you maybe hang it in the man cave and like leave it here or something?
Do you want it? You don't want it back?
Well, no, it was a gift.
Uh-oh.
I know I wouldn't.
Can we make a
all right, now I'll keep it.
There you go.
That's all I need.
It has been approved. Yeah. Happy birthday, DP.
Well,
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's coming up the 15th.
Next week? The 15th?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Next week.
What are you getting me?
Shirt. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, wait. Hold on. I have a bottle of wine you gave me once here. Here we go. Regifted back to you, Dan.
Oh, my God.
I've been waiting. He gave that to me 6 months ago.
You know, they say regifting is a good thing.
I'm okay with regifting.
Yeah, that's what people say.
I don't.
It's an
Back with the
interesting-
governor and DP in a moment. Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. Wayne Gretzky, Hour 3. Hank Goldberg will call in with his Kentucky Derby picks. I'm chilling out here with my good buddy Dan Patrick of the Dan Patrick Show and the governor of Ohio, John Kasich. Two paths, America divided or united. The governor will hang with us at the top of hour number 2, but we've got about 3 minutes left here to talk. How you guys you've been on Dan's show before.
He's dying to talk NBA now. Let him.
Well, I just wanted to get the expert view, and my sense is that Cleveland goes to the finals. They're going to have it easy in the East. The Warriors having it relatively easy in the West, and it really gets down to who's going to protect the basket for the Warriors, and will Cleveland play defense? But I kind of think Cleveland is primed. If LeBron keeps playing the way he's playing, I think they win again.
It is going to be difficult for them to get past the Durant Warriors. I still believe.
You think so?
Yeah, I do believe. And wouldn't that be fascinating if the coach that in fact is the one to complete it is not Steve Kerr but Mike Brown, of all people.
Yeah, going into
Cleveland and preventing a back-to-back for the land in that. But what do you think, DP?
Well, I don't know if Cleveland got better this year, but Golden State got different this year with Kevin Durant because their people still feel that they didn't need Kevin Durant, they needed something else. So you add another scorer to a team that needed some depth, needed some inside presence there, and they don't have that. Is Cleveland better this year? Did Kyle Korver, Darren Williams make them better, deeper? Can you count on them to play? They're one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA.
And what does Thompson do? How does Thompson play in that series, too? People forget him, but he's a critical part of that team,
and
right?
Of that, there's no doubt. He's the one who's going to be protecting the rim more than anybody else on that team.
Can Green or Kevin Durant's not going to play inside and protect the rim. So it's interesting what he said. They now have another scorer. I mean, how many scorers do you need? They got all the firepower.
Yeah.
And I think the guy who's really the most underrated on the Warriors is that Klay Thompson. He's money. He is really something.
He is exactly
that.
Well,
he's their best two-way player. He plays defense. He's a great all-around player.
You don't think Draymond Green is that?
I think he's the most versatile player they have because he can do whatever you ask him to do. He gives you intimidation, a little firepower. Not afraid to tweak the stars there a little bit. But Klay Thompson, from a purist offense defense, might be the best two guard in the game, offensively, defensively, or he's certainly up there with the best ones. But he gets lost in the shuffle here because Curry, Kevin Durant, even Draymond Green gets more publicity than him.
Now, do Spurs have any shot, you think?
I think they're shot.
Because
I just
Tony
think
Parker?
Yes. Ginobili looks 39.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Aldridge doesn't look like he's healthy.
What's happened with Aldridge?
I don't think he's
hurt?
healthy.
Oh
because he
Could you
doesn't act
imagine
like
that
an
they
all-star.
get to this point and Tony Parker's gone and LaMarcus Aldridge is hurt? Look, I really appreciate you stopping by, DP.
It's been great. I'm glad the governor could come in and Bigfoot me and take all my airtime. It's great. That's great. When you're giving a political speech, I'm just going to do one of these things. Governor, go down here.
And that's a DP walk-off. We're back with Governor John Kasich.
Governor, one more thing.
Hour number 2
to say,
coming up.
If I could.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.
If you liked some of that, get some more of that on the Rich Eisen Show app. Follow all the information you see right here on the Rich Eisen Show.